Hello, and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Factorio. I didn't clear any trees. I probably should have done that. So, instead of doing that the hard way, we are going to do it the fun way. We are just going to go over here. My actual need for trees is down. Need for trees most wanted is down. Sorry, that was just irresistible to me. And so we can just start eliminating them like this. There we go. Look at that. We cleared all... That was real easy. Man, oh man. I hope there aren't any hippies nearby. Am I right, boys? Aha! Let's see. There we go. So now we have space to expand a little bit down in that area. At the cost of a great deal of coal, which is what I need to be doing, which is expanding our coal mining operations. So we need 23 metal plates. There we go. That's what I needed to do. Let's go ahead and we have one there. We don't want to do straight even number expansions. We want an odd number expansion in order to maintain balance on our track here without having to go out of our... Well, we already put the balancing mechanic there, so... Mechanism. Let me see. Okay, so we'll go like that, and then... Oh, bullet shooting speed 2 has been researched. Awesome. Bullet shooting speed 3, bullet damage 2, 3... I'm debating. If we're going to do anything, we're going to do gun turret damage upgrades. So that will hopefully tide us over. For now, that'll take a good while. That's 200. And then we'll also monitor this to see if there's any need for expansion down there in our research facilities. So let's go ahead and connect this. Well, now I'm out of track already. Let me go back and get some metal. Let's see... And we'll wait until it says we can make 50 of these, which is actually 2 per, which is 100, which is the standard goal. There we go. We'll go ahead and do that. And we do have telephone poles, so we don't have to worry about completely jamming up our manufacturing line in our pocket there. And let's go ahead and connect some... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this. Yes, excellent. Okay, cool. So we have a means of processing stone here. This is going strong. We have 3.2k there. There's 2.7, 6.9. Yeah, 6.5. More than enough coal here to keep our power running indefinitely for our boilers, and that will at least last the duration of their usefulness. And our power, let's just doing some basic maintenance here. We've gone up a little bit in power, but not a whole lot. So now we are producing more than enough coal to maintain the production of grenades and metal here. And otherwise, yeah, everything seems to be working out pretty well. This is running at relatively full tilt and no big problems cited. We are indeed backed up. So next things next, we are going to create more science facilities, which is under production. There we go. And let's go ahead and make 2 more. And there we go. And let's go 1, 2. We have power lines, we have track, we have everything we need to construct all of this very easily, except for one more electronic inserter. So let's go ahead and build that. We do, however, have enough for that right there, and it looks like that power line is going to be able to cover everything here. So we'll just do that, add a inserter here. And then we'll keep an eye on that. If it continues to be fine with 2 and 2, then we'll build another 2, and we'll just keep building them until everything's groovy. There is some musing over whether or not it's worth it to get lab efficiency. So we'll look at that later. But apparently the resources needed in order to catch up to lab efficiency are cheaper to actually build labs with than they are to actually research it. So... whether that's true or not is neither here nor there, but as long as we have space and the means to produce energy for them, then yeah, I'm okay with just building more labs indefinitely. Let's see, what do we want to do next? We're waiting for grenades to produce. We might go ahead and, now that we've caught up on coal production a little bit, we might continue to expand on that since we're starting to weaponize it. I'm debating. Well, since we don't need that much coal for the boilers, we might as well go ahead and split this coal up here. I'm contemplating going ahead and making 2 sets of grenade production facilities, and that's just to make this a little bit faster so we can get on with it, basically. Right now, I'm setting my personal time limit as for once gun turret damage upgrade 3 is done, then we're just going to go for it. We're going to see what happens, and hopefully it works, and I'll just be sure to be fairly expedient about it. We'll also make a decision on whether or not saving beforehand and continuing the game if I die. Like, basically, is death going to be permanent in this particular playthrough? I feel like this is more of an informative playthrough, and it takes so much time to get to this point. I don't think it's worth it to just scrap a factory the moment you die. This is just me thinking and talking here, and then I will probably catch all kinds of gamer shame for not being a man about it and just doing hardcore mode and having these videos go on indefinitely, but realistically, I just don't have the time for it. I do like this game, though. The only reason why I think it's actually feasible that I could get away with doing something like that is because I do like this game. I will play it indefinitely, but then the conflict becomes how long can it go on before it's just not entertaining anymore, and that's a real concern for me. I like to at least pretend I'm a professional at this at some degree, so, and then the amount of entertainment decay that can go along with dying in Factorio might be fairly short. Like, the half-life of interest in this video is probably not that long. Depending. Although, as far as I'm concerned, me personally, I've had no problem watching an endless number of Factorio videos. But once again, this comes down to personal preference and conjecture. Okay, so we've got that going. Let's go ahead and make another factory. Yes. Do we have space for it? Where do we have space for it? Do we have space for it? These are all very important questions. How about we do things like this, and then that way we can move everything down and behind. That will work. That should work. Here we go. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Let me go. We need 3 and possibly 4 inserters. And let's go like so. And then we'll make it like that. Is that going to work? Actually, hold on. We can do things also like this. Let's go wooden box that we just made, even though I had the iron box from before. And then we'll do things like this. That should be enough to pick up grenades from that track there. And then also from this arm whenever it puts it down. Is that right? There we go. Let's find out what happens. Oh, I need fast inserters for this. I forgot. It's just a little much to expect from an electric inserter to maintain indefinitely. So there we go. We got 1 grenade. Picks up that grenade. And then this is we're going to let this build for a second. I'm tempted to make these into blue factories just to see what would happen. But that might be a little much on our coal reserves there. So there we go. There we go. There's a grenade laying on the ground, but that was from before. And then, yeah, so now we have 38 grenades. That's a pretty healthy number, to be totally honest. We're going to go ahead and limit this because we don't want it going absolutely crazy with the grenades there, but we do want a fair number of them. So let's see. Now that we have all of that, I guess what we can start doing is setting up our outpost up here. We'll have a hard wall that will keep everything from coming in between the 2 lakes up there. Oh wait, no, I moved my wall production facilities over here. So, and then that will prevent any incoming waves that are just sort of automatically generated, and that will carry us over for a good while in preparation for being able to actually move in for a full assault. Now there are a lot of trees here. Do I go back for grenades, or do I clear this out the old-fashioned way? Let's just do things like this, nice and easy for now. Let's see, where are they? They are right there, so we need to start building over down here on this coast first. Whenever we come and clear the trees in order to create an assault path, we'll probably end up using grenades, but for now, we're just going to do this. Plus, also, I don't want to waste all my grenades on just clearing trees for the time being. Especially once we start creating poison capsules. Poison capsules are about 1,000,000 times more effective at killing trees than grenades are. Although they're not particularly cheap, but they are super effective, and once you set up production for them, they might be, I think they're cheaper coal-wise as well, although, Now I'm getting into like some crazy game theory here, because I'm like, it requires steel bars, so if you need a certain amount of steel, that's the equivalent of X amount of coal. But regardless, it's not the 10 coal per grenade, which is a little excessive in my opinion. And yeah, that's the most I've used on coal on anything. Even rockets, which are infinitely more useful, use only like a handful of coal to make explosives with. So I could be wrong about that. My math could be completely off, but regardless, I am going to persist that it's probably more cost effective to make rockets than it is grenades, and grenades are just a little too much on the coal production to be economically viable long term. So we are going to do double wide walls here. This will also be useful for quite a while in game. We're not going to worry about that stone. Let's just go ahead and build this wall out over this way, and then this will keep out the baddies. Alright, and then we'll do guns every 3 or 4 spaces, and go pick up these down here and recycle these walls and guns. And this is how we're going to do our rudimentary defenses for now. Now, unless they decide they are going to go attack my coal mining facilities, then we should be safe. Yeah, if we're coming up with a straight line from their base to where my main source of pollution, which should be this right here. Let's go to map. Yeah, our main source of pollution is over in this area. So they generally tend to kind of go for where the highest density is. Like, that's where they'll beeline to first. So if they're going to do that, they're going to come down through this route, which means that this wall is already enough to hold off their fairly rudimentary AI tracking, and that'll get them shot at and subsequently draw their attention long enough for them to just get deaded by my guns. So let's go ahead and pick up these walls, clean up a little bit over here, and then we will continue to expand our north wall and reinforce it with more turrets, which I will begin building. Let's go. Let's see, what do we need? We need more iron plates. We're going to want about 20 guns for the assault and a few extra guns for defense. So that's the current plan that we're operating on right now. So we're just going to grab all of this up, and we'll check and see how our grenade production is doing. It's going alright. I think I am going to go ahead and build a couple blue factories, but we'll do that after we're done building defenses here. Where are we on this? We can do 7 more, which is good, but not ideal yet. And how many walls do we have? We got plenty of walls. Okay, cool. And let's go back up here. Man, it'll be nice whenever I can get exoskeleton. That'll be some sweet times with that extra run speed. That's neither here nor there yet. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but wait. Okay, so let's just go ahead and build out our wall over here. At the very least, we'll have a better idea of what angle they attack from, if and when they do start attacking here, and then we can place guns accordingly then. But as of right now, this will be just fine. We will open a door back up later. We don't really need an open thoroughfare just yet. And then we will finish building our defenses here. And then go back to waiting for production to finish on all the rest of our defensive equipment. So there we go. That should work out alright. And we'll just monitor that and wait for things to happen before we start getting really start concerning ourselves with a more adequate form of defensive logistics here. So that should be enough for now. You can build belts and have them automatically be fed, belt-fed machine guns, as it were. But that's not entirely necessary just yet, in my opinion. So we are going to go ahead and just stick all of these bricks in here. Let's see. I forget I only have one factory. One factory can only hold 128, but it will power through them very quickly at a fairly terrifying rate here. So let's see. We are still waiting on grenades. We are doing pretty good on bullets, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're almost full up on bullets, which means that's going to be enough to remain defensible, and that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and throw some more wood into these furnaces, since they are using it fairly... Oh wait, no, we don't have to because there's cold air. Where's my standalone thing? I had one standalone... Ah, yes, it was down here. This was full of wood for that one particular furnace that is making all of our steel bars. So actually, let's go ahead and make a steel furnace, and we're going to place that on top of this one and make our steel production a little more viable here in the long term. Let's see, what are we doing on steel? We got quite a bit of steel. There could always be more, and we'll expand on that later whenever steel becomes more of a thing. And then, yeah, so and science research is backed up yet again, and since we're doing gun turret damage upgrade, this is a great time to go ahead and expand 2 more. And yeah, so basically this whole episode is a whole lot of maintenance, but really, really good maintenance stuff anyways, nonetheless. Let's see, so we'll go down here like this. And then we're going to wait for this production to be done. And while we're doing that, there's no reason why we can't build stuff like that. Here we go, there's one science facility. One sciencey facility. Two sciencey. I'll stop. Okay. So we can go ahead and cancel that. We don't really need it that badly. Although, I guess having a backlog of inserter arms is never a bad thing. So, whoa, here we go. Alright, cool. So, and the other reason why I really want to start clearing this out, instead of fiddling about with other productive means here, is we need to start doing oil production, and oil production will create an incredible amount of pollution once you get it going, especially since all my pumps are going to be in this area anyways, and this is where all of the big bad monsters are. Yeah, that's just going to absolutely draw every single monster in this area that is basically visible once that starts up and going. Because not only do the pumps pollute, but the refineries pollute, and the chemical plants pollute, and everything pollutes so much in excessive quantities that once we really start doing oil production, we're basically just asking for doom forever and ever and ever ad nauseum. Let's see. So we are currently waiting for more gun production. We have 7 now. Our goal is 20. So if we can get 20 guns, then we will be pretty satisfactory on that. Let's go ahead and clear out some of this to keep it producing. Once again, this is going to be our primary method of assault, which will change in the future once we have a little more infrastructure set up. So, let's go ahead and get enough for 13 more turrets. Yes. So, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go this way. That's apparently more than enough for the copper plates that I need. So that's 14 plus 5, 6. Okay, there we go. That's 20 turrets that we are now creating in our pocket. And yes, how are we doing on metal production? Metal production is super fine. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It looks like we're finally starting to catch up with our production down here on research. So once they actually take things down the line, it will take at least the amount of time it does to research everything for it to catch up, which means we have possibly reached equilibrium on our research front, although it's still backing up just a little bit, but that's because all of these are out of sync now. Excuse me. So we'll find out next time we do a red-green research exactly how well that works, and but I'm not foreseeing that we are going to need another science facility or set of science facilities anytime soon. So now we are just waiting for guns to produce. We've got plenty of ammunition being produced. We probably have more than enough grenades for our purposes for right now. Yeah, over 100. I'd wager that that's probably going to be enough to suit us, but we'll go ahead and keep doing that. And then also repair packs. There's no reason to not have an incredible number of repair packs as well. So for that, we're going to need more iron plates. This is gearing up. We're gearing up for war, boys. Get yourselves ready. Not all of you are coming back, but the ones who do will be heroes. Something. Me trying to quote things that I don't even know what I'm trying to quote. I'm just inventing shit and making it up. Yay, YouTube. Okay, so there's that. We'll go back to, that's a total of 45, 55, 59, plus 3, that's 62. That's almost a whole stack, so we'll just go until we have at least a whole stack of them. No reason to not do that. And there we go. So we'll have a stack in some, and that will be enough to get or keep our assault moving as we go. So let's see, what do we not need? We don't need any of this stuff. We're going to need walls. We're going to need the ability to make walls and turrets and repairing and telephone poles, not really. Walls and turrets and repairing. That's predominantly what we're going to need in order to do all of this. Now, let me look up something. There's a way to... You can do control-click to... Let me see. Take everything out of a box, but how do you put stuff into a box like that? Build ghost. Inventory. Pick up item. Stack transfer. Shift left. Inventory transfer. Control left. Fast entity transfer. Control left. Cursor split. Stack split. Fast entity split. Fast entity spit. Sure. Yeah. So basically, I don't know. Let's go find out over here if this takes it away or fills up the machine. We're going to try a couple different commands here and see what happens. None of that made too much terrible sense to us, but if we can find a fast way to do this, yeah, we just took out all of that. So basically we have to click and then shift click. Let's see. Let's do control, shift, nothing, alt. Whoa. So apparently you can alt click on something. Well, I think alt doesn't necessarily do anything, so there was no modifier necessary there. Okay, cool. And there's a lot of construction going on outside of my window. It just got a little bit louder. So if you hear construction sounds, it's really convenient because I'm playing a game about construction and factory work. So, you know, it's almost like an extra layer of ambience. Sure, we'll stick with that. But yeah, if that does come through on my voice recording, I apologize. There's not a lot I could really do about it. I'm not on a homeowners association or anything like that sort of thing. So it's not like I could tell them, hey, I need you to stop between these hours so I can record videos, because then they'll just be like, get a job, loser. Why aren't you recording videos in the middle of the night when nobody else is up so you don't bother us? Yeah, I don't have to do that. Plus, I have a job, so fuck you, imaginary HSA guys. As he spirals into true insanity. Okay, so everything else down here seems to be pretty okie dokie. We are going to go ahead and solidify. Oh yeah, alt does that. It brings up all these little symbols here. So that's what alt does. I might be a little bit goofy about all of this. So, alright, we have grenades down there. We have more than enough bullets. I say, on our next video, we start assaulting because we are 2 minutes over. So that's totally fine. Stay tuned. We have done everything we can to prepare. Turret damage upgrade 3 is on its way. I will wait until that upgrades and start the next video. And then, hopefully, we'll kill a base. Or I'll die. And probably reload the map. That's going to be the plan. Alright. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have fun.